All right, the June housing numbers are out. And if you just want the simple answer, the Albuquerque market is looking pretty good right now. Now, it's not booming. We're not back into the craziness of the 2021 market, but the values are improving right now and they're moving in the right direction. Now, the median pricing for detached homes in June was $387,500. That's up 4.2% from last June and 3.3% from May. Looking at the entire first half of the year, the median price was $375,000, which is up 2.6% from last year. So the values aren't shooting through the roof, but they're not going backwards. So they're slowly moving up. But honestly, it's a pretty healthy place for our market to be. There were 906 detached homes sold in June. That's about 4.5% more than last June. Now, when we look at the entire first half of the year, sales were almost exactly the same as last year. We had 4,599 sales this year compared to 4,602 sales last year. Also, we had 957 homes go under contract in June. That was almost 17% higher than last year. That's a good sign because those pending sales are the homes that could become closed sales over the next month or two. So this tells us that the buyers are still out there and they're still making offers. The biggest thing that's holding up the market right now is that there's fewer homeowners that are selling. There were 1,122 detached listings in June, which is down 6.5% from last year. At the end of the month, there were 1,957 detached homes available. That's about 8% fewer homes than we had last June. Now, we did gain a little inventory compared to May, so buyers had slightly more to choose from. But compared with last year, we still had fewer homes available. That's really the story of this market. People still want to buy, but a lot of homeowners don't want to give up their current mortgage payment or their low interest rate. So they're staying where they are. That keeps inventory low and it helps home values remain steady. We're currently having about 2.2 months of detached homes of inventory. So a balanced market is normally closer to about 5 to 7 months. So we're still well below what we would need to be considered in a balanced market. So there just aren't that many homes available compared to the number of people buying. Homes also move fairly quickly in June. The median time on the market was 11 days. That's down 13 days last year. So that doesn't mean that every house sells in 11 days. Some houses sell in a weekend, but others sit on the market for a couple months. But it does show that a good home in a good condition at the right price can still move quickly. Sellers received about 99% of their final list price. Again, that doesn't mean that every seller got exactly what they wanted. There may have been price reductions, repairs, and help with buyers' closing costs, but overall, homes are selling pretty close to their final asking price. Condos and townhomes had a little bit of a softer month. Their median price was $270,000. That's down about 7% from last year, but that's a much smaller part of our market. So those percentages can move around more dramatically. So is the market getting better? I would say yes, and slowly. Detached home values are up. June sales were stronger. Pending activity was stronger. Homes are still selling quickly, and homes generally get closer to their asking price. But the market isn't exploding. It's stable, it's steady, and it's good, okay? For homeowners, this is encouraging because the home values are holding, continuing to appreciate. But for buyers, it's a little bit more mixed because prices aren't falling. The inventory is still limited, but it's also isn't the kind of market where every house automatically receives 10 offers. So right now, the homes can move quickly, but the buyers still take time to look. Still look at the condition, the payment, and whether the house actually makes sense for them. Now, overall, June was a good month for the Albuquerque housing market. Nothing outrageous happened, values moved up, people kept buying, and the market continued doing what it has been doing, moving forward at a steady pace. And for a closer look at what's happening in your neighborhood, why don't you reach out to us at the CQ Real Estate Group and we can help you with your specific marketplace.